Hey everybody, welcome to the Hickson Diaries. Today we're going to do a react to a YouTube channel called Blanks No One Asked For. First of all, fantastic handle. I love it. And it immediately drew me to these guys. And it's their first trip to England. It's a group of 4 men. Yeah, let's see what they have to say. Very interested.
Our trip, these last 9-10 days, honestly exceeded every expectation. The food, the sights, the people.
Oh, yep. Looks like we might have gotten ahead of ourselves a little bit. Hang on just a moment. And okay, yep, that's better.
Interesting editing choices. Unique. I haven't seen them in a while anyway, so that's kind of fun.
Let's start there.
Wait. Let's go back and see if we can figure out where they're from. Well, obviously from his accent, from the gentleman's accent, I could tell. Oh, Raleigh, North Carolina. Got it. That was actually much easier. I made that so complicated for no reason.
You're airborne. Woo! For the first time. We got about an hour and 40 minutes until we land.
Is this their first time flying ever, too? Wow. That's a long flight for the first time.
Weather is very nice today. Winds are light and variable. Temperature of 52 degrees and mostly clear skies. Seatbelt sign is on. Again, thank you for traveling with us last night.
All right, we just landed our baggage, London Heathrow. So, how was the flight? Josh, how was your first flight ever?
It was a sleepless night.
We lost 5 hours night. A long flight. But me and Taylor got a little bit of sleep, like what, 3 hours?
10-minute power nap.
I'm always eating 100 milligrams of Well, we also had some pretty rough coffee.
That was pretty bitter coffee.
Are you feeling tired at all, John?
I am having a little bit of trouble hearing them, though.
We're good right now. Good right now. So we're about talking to you. We're going out. We're about to hit our tour guide.
And from this point, our tour guides of the week picked us up from the airport. And we made our way over to the location of the Magna Carta and tried some homemade sausage rolls for the very first time. It was our very first food as we hit the ground.
Okay, it's raw and it looks delicious. But I could just be hungry, but it looks delicious. I might try to make those one day. Would you guys be interested in that? Let me know.
England. And while ours were pretty good, they paled in comparison to these absolutely incredible specimens here.
Homemade sausage rolls.
Still steaming. Just the chef. Just not me. Want to try that? It's good. All right. Why would have fish me? Good. Got the crust. There got my water.
Excellent. Mitters, I assume you're okay with being in content. Okay.
You're now the 5th Blanks member.
At this point, we made our way over to Windsor and just kind of started to walk the town a little bit as we had some time before the castle actually opened.
Okay. As an American, even though I've lived here for a couple of years, I still love just going to a town or a village I haven't been to before and just walking around. I think from an American point of view that it's because it's so old, there's so many historic buildings that have been there for so long, and there's so many like intricate nooks and crannies that we just don't have. Everything in America is so new by comparison. Even our old stuff's new by comparison. So I think it's just like, it's just an awe. So it's something that just Americans get in awe of. I still do. And every time that I'm in a new town, it's one of my favorite things. When we drive around and we look for stuff to do, we're always looking for something that has like a cool pub or has a cool vibe that we can come back to and just kind of walk around on a Saturday and just, you know, get the full vibe. I feel like those are the best ways to get a good feel for the culture. Like the touristy stuff's fun and everything, but really to really get a handle on what it feels like to live there and, you know, the actual local cultures and everything, just walking around the towns are the best ways to do it, in my opinion.
And boy, it was a sight when we came around the corner. I could see the castle for the first time.
Oh my goodness.
That's the part of the castle you can see back. Good.
It's beautiful. When I went to Windsor, we went and we walked over these bridges as well. It is that particular, like Windsor itself is a little bit touristy because of the castle and everything, but and the town itself is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I had the same exact kind of reaction when I saw Windsor Castle for the first time too. It was from a parking lot. Actually, we were parking the car and I was like, oh my God, it's right there. Because it's just Windsor Castle carries so much with it, doesn't it? From Elizabeth I and that entire family. So yeah, it's really, really cool.
Wow. That didn't look like that in the video.
Yeah, so Windsor was really our first experience with like English towns and shops and all that kind of stuff. So we really were just taking in the sights of what is England. Immediately we had to start popping into shops and seeing all the things that we had tried on our channel live and in living color on the shelves ready to be purchased, and it was absolutely mind-blowing that this stuff is just readily available for you to purchase at any given time.
One of my favorite things, one of my favorite English cheap snacks.
Just amazing. Stuff that we had never seen before, like flavors of different products that just aren't available over here and I guess exclusive to England. With all the excitement, of course we had to make purchases, and of course our first experience with contactless pay didn't quite go as expected, but more than likely that was due to user error, not so much the machine itself.
So we've got Iron Brew Energy Diablo.
Okay, the Iron Brew, I had that on the train once. I got the whole story behind it, and it tasted sort of like the combination of like an energy drink with like orange juice or something. That was my interpretation, so I'm really interested in what they think of it.
Cherry, which obviously we don't have in the States.
Have UK? We don't have this in the States either.
We have that, I think.
I haven't seen it
online. UK legend Lewis Hamilton. So, good. You want to try this? I'll try. High caffeine. Not a lot of carbonation. I noticed there's a big difference there. Yeah, this is the one that strikes. Also carded for this because you have to be over the age of 16 to purchase this. Oh yeah, we had to get approval at self-checkout. Be better colder. Thankfully, we have parental supervision.
Yes, we have
Daddy mitters. Not big use of papa mitters.
All right, this is going to be the big tip. Okay.
You can all fit. There's also
It's such a tourist thing. It's to get inside the red telephone box. Oh, I didn't do that, but I made my kid do it in London because I'm a terrible mom. She was like, it smells really bad in there. Oh, such a touristy thing. Such an American thing to want to get inside the red letter box. The red letter box. I said red letter box. I meant the red telephone box.
Taylor in here. Oh God! All right, come on in, John. Yeah, almost. Come on, you can do it. We can do it.
And then it was finally time for our very first castle experience, Windsor Castle. Let me tell you, the videos, the photos, none of these things do this castle justice. The sheer size, the beauty, the architecture, the history, everything about this castle absolutely left us in awe. We'd never seen anything remotely close to this, and it was an amazing kind of first experience of England.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? It goes on and on and on. That's crazy. That's insane.
Currently playing ABBA Dancing Queen.
Why? Yeah, so we just came out of the Windsor Chapel, I guess. This place right here. There was no video recording of photography inside, but the architecture, there was absolutely insane. Insane. The tombs, the remains in there, I would venture to guess just what we saw personally is probably 15 at least, so I can't imagine.
Have you ever been to Windsor Castle? You have. Tell me how many people are here.
The high ceilings.
You say only 15 people are there? That seems low to me. I could be overestimating, but that definitely seems low. I feel like there'd be more people there.
The detail?
Yeah, the symmetry within the architecture, not having any machinery.
And like to the point, like just the massive surface area of this place, a video does not do it justice.
No.
Like us or another YouTube video, like we saw this.
Look at that. First of all, fantastic shot. Good job. Second of all, I totally concur with their conclusion. None of these castles, none of these structures in Europe, even when I remember when we went to Milan and when we went to Greece, it's you get a different feeling. It's a completely different vibe when you're there, and you don't get to see the real intricacies like they were talking about with the architecture, the detailing of the stained glass windows, the detailing of all of the artwork on the walls. Some of it's painted directly onto the buildings. If anyone ever gets a chance to see any of this in person, definitely take advantage of it if you can. It is an experience that you're never going to forget, and it's something you're never going to find in America.
We reacted to this, and it still like pales in comparison to the it's astounding.
And they say they built it all in
50 some years.
It's huge.
And just when we thought it couldn't get any more astounding, we toured the inside of Windsor Castle, the dressing rooms, the art galleries, the bedrooms of the royal family. Absolutely incredible. Our next stop after Windsor was Henley-on-Thames, where we stopped into this pub, the Angel on the Bridge, and had our first out and about food experience in England.
Okay, pub experience, one of my favorite things to do. So, I was so excited to see another American, like more Americans' reactions to it.
And what a cool vibe this pub had. And what we would find throughout our travels is that each individual pub had its own individual personality. And this one was no different. We ordered 4 different dishes, which gave all 4 of us the opportunity to kind of share amongst ourselves and try a little bit of everything. And while you'll see a full taste test episode at a later date, some of the things that we tried here venison and Guinness. We also had duck leg, steak and ale pie, fish and chips, which we would also later try down the road on the coast as well. Overall, just an excellent experience here. And if you're ever in the area, I highly suggest checking it out.
Personally, I'm not a fan of fish and chips inside pubs. I'd rather go to a chippy. I think it has a different flavor. Probably down the shore has a better flavor as well. But I would recommend trying something else if you're in a pub than fish and chips, just because for me, I've found that local chippies they just have a better flavor for the fish and chips than the pubs do. They're not bad by any means. And of course, if that's your only means or that's what you want to do, go for it. I just think if you want the full experience, you probably get a better experience and better tasting at your local chippy. You could try it. So local chippy, just for those of you who might not know, is a fish and chip shop that is in like a local town or something rather than a formal like dining situation. It's basically you go in and you pick it up and take it out. It's kind of like Chinese, but fish and chips. They usually have sausages and they sometimes have pies and stuff too. It's a good experience for anybody who's like in England for the first time.
We didn't just try food. We also had to try a couple of different drinks. One of those including Pimm's. So after nearly eating ourselves into comas during lunch, we took a short little drive over to a small town called Marlow. And again, just really walked about, taking in the sights, taking in the history, and admiring what small town England really looked like. Hey, there's a Tudor house. But I think really the coolest part about this visit was the weather. And as you'll see in the coming days of our vlogs, we really got lucky with the weather. As spoiler alert, we only saw about 5 minutes worth of rain, and it was in a car ride. So fantastic.
Really lucky. But it looks like they're here in the springtime. So yeah, England in springtime is the best because the gardening and the flowers and everything, they take a lot of pride in nature here in England. So if you can get there in springtime, it's a completely different feel than if you go in like rainy season in the winter, and you get to walk around and see a lot more stuff. There's a lot more going on as well. But yeah, they got really lucky with the weather. I'm jealous.
Fantastic weather. Anyways, we had to take a trip over to the park and get our first English ice cream truck experience. So obviously we have ice cream trucks in the US, but we don't have flavors like you guys have. The only flavor that we might have here in the US that's seen on this ice cream truck is the Oreo cookie sandwich. Everything else is extremely unique, especially the flake, the 99 and a flake.
I was going to say, you don't have flakes, and you normally don't have, in the ice cream trucks, at least from my experience in America, you normally don't have soft serve. You just have like the bar, like the popsicle type ice creams. So for me, getting like soft serve off of a ice cream truck is novelty. I love it. I haven't done it yet this season. I can't wait to do it again. I think that's novel as hell. I remember my dad telling me when he was a kid that that's the only way that they served it back when he was growing up. But I do like that you guys still do it here every once in a while. I like that.
This was by far the hottest day that we experienced in England, and apparently one of the hottest days ever. So the ice cream really hit the spot.
What was the name of that restaurant, Mitters? It's not called Zizzy's. Zizzy.
Al Forno.
So shout out to Zizzy and Marlow. The owner so kindly allowed Mark to blow up his toilet. Even Troy. And so yes, if you're ever in Marlow, check out Zizzy.
You big Zizzy?
Just don't go to the bathroom.
So it was pretty apparent at this point that we were very tired. We had just flown the night before with very little sleep on the plane, hit the ground running as soon as we got to England, and well, there was some time to recharge the batteries on the way back to the hotel, where we showered before going out once again for a walk on the town in Tame, which is where we had our very first English kebab experience at Atlee's award-winning kebabs. This place was rather impressive for a food truck experience.
Love a good kebab. especially off a truck.
The presentation was massive. The truck itself was massive. And just the freshness that was available at a...
Your food trucks are much better. I mean, your food overall, the quality is so much better because you have just better quality standards overall than we do in America. But your food trucks are immaculate, and your food trucks always taste amazing. I've had breakfast off a food truck. I had like doorstop sandwiches off a food truck. I've had kebabs. I've had just like regular, I was going to say a hot dog sausage sandwich. You guys don't really have hot dog trucks here, but sausage sandwich off of it. They're always delicious. Like, everything I've ever gotten off of a food truck is delicious. I wish they had more of them around in my town, to be honest.
Food truck. Really, really impressive. And Atlee's, look at this kebab. It's massive. Just incredible. And you can't have kebabs without trying some new drinks at the same time. So without further ado, here's our Atlee's kebab experience.
Today we'll be trying kebabs from Atlee's Kebabs. So yeah, these are lamb doner kebabs. Is that correct?
Yes. Let me go ahead and say this is the best doner kebab I've ever had.
It's a very long list.
Yeah.
It's also my first time having lamb.
So I got lamb, I got tomato, I got cabbage, lettuce, onions, and there's some type of sauce on it.
Garlic mayonnaise.
Garlic mayonnaise.
Garlic mayonnaise.
Don't have the garlic mayonnaise. Have burger sauce. Don't have the garlic mayonnaise. Garlic mayonnaise is good. Don't get me wrong, but burger sauce is better. It's much, much better. Try that next time.
I had a lot of breading at first, but once I got into the meat and the mayo,
I don't know. We need to talk anymore. Oh my days.
oh my days.
Yeah, it didn't take but a couple bites.
That red cabbage.
I'm surprised you didn't have that more.
Maybe we do, but I've never had it.
No? What do you think of your first lamb then?
Is it going to die my bowel movement later?
Probably.
Yeah, the lamb is very good. As a matter of fact, we need to try just a...
I can't even tell it's lamb. I mean, I would think it might be something else.
I love kebabs, and I'm not a big fan of lamb. So I'm wondering if I try a lamb kebab, it would taste differently. I think it does. Someone might have said that. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I am curious. I might have to try that next time just to see if it tastes different, because I'm not a huge fan of like roast lamb. But he says it doesn't even really taste like lamb, so I might like it like that.
I'm just eating a piece of it plain.
It's very, what I'm looking for, soft.
It's tender.
It's very tender, thank you.
Very tender.
I'm kind of glad I don't live close to all this stuff.
Yeah.
I would have to be wheeled, like, in a wheelbarrow due to...
Make getting arguments with your significant other much harder trying to figure out where you want to eat every night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no... Today's lunch was great. Today's dinner is great.
Anybody gonna have trouble eating all this?
As you can see, this is all I have left.
I'm not gonna have trouble.
Shout out to Atlee's, voted best kebab in the UK.
And shout out to Midge
By us and by
for
the
leading
UK.
us there.
So do y'all, all of my British watchers, do you guys think that Atlee's is the best? I've not heard of them actually, but do they have the best kebabs? Because I haven't seen them around in my area, but I can keep an eye out. Just let me know. I'm curious what y'all think, all the British people think.
This is Atlee's Kebab. What other kebab places in the UK would you suggest? And have you had Atlee's? And if so, how does it compare? Is it the UK's best kebab place?
As of right now, I think so.
I second that motion. Unfortunately, by the time you're watching this, we won't have the opportunity to try different kebab places. We'll be back overseas. But we could
This
potentially
is our
say
new recurring segment, Ask a British Person.
Ooh, that's good.
that is very good.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I'm glad you suggested
Excellent
that.
recommendation.
I don't know if there's anything else other to say than
Nothing.
unanimously across the table, the Atlee's lamb.
And shout out to Pennsylvania because he's got a Steelers shirt on, which is from Pittsburgh. It's in Pennsylvania. It's on the western end of Pennsylvania from where I lived, but shout out to PA.
Doner kebab comes out to an overall score of
Oh my days.
So if you are in the Tame area, please go check out Athletes.
And if you're not in the
Highly
same
recommend.
areas, go check out
Oh,
Athletes.
please check out Athletes.
The walk, the drive, the ride,
The bus,
The flight,
hop on the
the
lube,
tube.
hop on the lube.
all of our American viewers, get on a plane right now.
Come to Athletes.
The boat.
I told you.
Digestives.
All right, so we have digested and what kind of cheese?
English cheddar.
English cheddar.
Is it mature?
All right, so for the very first time, blank someone asked for Americans trying a digestive and English cheddar
With milk.
with milk.
You put. That's right. I completely forgot. You guys put cheese on your biscuits. Some of you. The only people I know that have the biscuits just have them dunked in the tea. They don't normally put something on them. So I completely forgot until I saw them try it that you guys do that here. Needless to say, I've never tried it.
It works.
You wouldn't think. Well, maybe you would think it worked. I wouldn't think it would work. The sweet
Hold on.
with
Have you got the milk yet?
no.
Got the milk. Got the milk.
Now.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And then it was time to turn in for the night. A long, successful first day in England finally coming to a close. In some ways sad, in other ways relieving, as it was finally a chance to rest properly and close out the official day one. What an incredible day one experience. I mean, at this point, it was kind of weird because all of us felt like we'd been in England for a week, even though we'd only technically done Windsor Castle, Henley, and Tame, but it felt like we were home, and it was kind of strange. But that's not where it ended, fortunately enough.
He said it felt like home. Oh, that's so sweet. It does have
So many
it does have an inviting that like there's like that community, that sense of community where it's like inviting and warm and friendly. So when you are here, you do feel like you can fit right in. You don't feel like an outsider, even though you are an outsider. British people will remind you you're an outsider, but that's a completely different story.
more days, so many more experiences for Americans, very first time in England, and you get to come along for the ride. So don't forget to come back right here to Blank Someone Asked For next Tuesday to see our second day's worth of vlogs in England, including Cheddar Gorge, Bath, and a cheese and onion experience in a pub with some friends of ours. And all it leaves us to say is this has been Blank Someone Asked For, and certainly no one asked. But wait, there's more. Still got that itch for more blank.
Oh, that was good. Those guys are fun. I like that. Just the fact that they had all of that energy to do that in one day. Just seeing, I haven't been to Windsor Castle. I know it's gigantic, but I've been to a couple castles here now, and not bragging or anything. They are huge, and they take at least half a day, if not an entire day, to really see it properly. And so shout out to them to doing that almost immediately, of getting off of the plane and then walking around. I remember the first time that I came to England, I was here for a week, and we went to Liverpool, we went to London, we did Dover Castle. I was only here for a week. I was jet lagged like crazy. I didn't think I was ever coming back, and now I live here, so you never know. But anyway, shout out to them, because that definitely shows that they are trying to get the most out of their trip and that they're really trying to get a good feel for England. That's fantastic. They seem like a lot of fun. I love that they're adventurous about their food and drink as well. And I hope the rest of their trip went really well. I'm probably going to watch the rest of that series now and see how it went. It was a lot of fun to see their reaction. Made me feel a little bit less homesick, just feeling that a perspective, that other people have similar perspectives as I do. Being that I've lived here for a couple of years, sometimes it feels like I'm kind of on my own. It was good to see a new, fresh perspective on it, and I appreciate them allowing me to react to that. If I check out the rest of the series, I'll leave a link to their channel in the description box below. Fantastic, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.